What's up, everybody? Welcome to a Monday edition of the Ysn Power Hour. Billy Mack all amped up in the corner in the G. Berwick Farm Studios. DJ Yoakley with you, Billy Mack and Quinn in the G. Berwick Farm Studios. We got Paulie Munson back and the coach, Matt Seidel. Ladies and gentlemen, in the old adage that we all learned growing up, rain, rain, go away, get the hell out of here, because we don't like you. I think that's how the end goes. I'm not sure if that's accurate, but I will say this. We are down to, I believe, 1 or 2 games only today, and we will go from the YSN to YFN and become your Fitch network tonight if all things hold up, because right now we're looking to get the softball team on at 5 o'clock. Billy and Quinn, you guys are looking to do that. And then Matt and I will do the Fitch boys baseball game, which was moved from Howland to Fitch at 7 o'clock under the lights. So fingers crossed, because I hate empty days. I hate them. Especially after a day like Saturday, guys. You know, and credit where credit's due. Paul and Brian working hard on that Saturday lineup, and we ended up with 17 games. 17 games in one day.
That's like a full season for some people.
I was going to say, I mean, the Blue Coats, I think that's just 1 year for that. And in honor of the Blue Coats,
we had guys doing
17 in a day, baby.
Double headers, triple headers. It was awesome.
Yeah, it's, very selfless, our crews here. And honestly, when you have a chance to do baseball and softball, it's not extremely hard. You just it's not fast paced. You can take your time. You can call it out. A lot of times the rosters and lineups are provided to you, especially if you're at scene. So Andrew was begging me to do the game on scene 1. The second game, it was Struthers and Beaver Local. So I finally you want it, go for it. Like, I did the first inning and he just took over, and I just said, okay, go for it. So 17 games later, we took charge on Saturday. So congratulations to all the teams taking part on Saturday. And Paulie, way to go. That's what I'm talking about right there. So
from the beach.
Well done. Yeah, from the beach, nonetheless. Were you driving home Saturday?
Yeah, I was driving, and I just gave my phone. My wife's like, give me your damn phone. She sat there in the passenger seat, and any text messages, I was verbatim just giving them to her and say, hey, say this, say that, finding out what's going on here, doing. And most of it was all set up Friday night from the beach, but then anything Saturday, it was getting shuffled around. It was my phone was just blinking, and she's like, give me it. You're driving 11 hours. Let's go. Let's just do it. And I'm like, okay.
It's like having your own personal secretary.
Yeah, that's what I told her. I was like, listen, that's what you're there for. You're helping me out. I was like, the passenger has to tune the radio, give me a drink if I need one, or a snack, and make sure I'm going in the right direction. And she went, OnStar, home. And then that was it. She goes, I'm done with that. You have the hand controls for the stereo. And she goes, you can get your own damn snack in your chair. I'm like, okay, I'm good.
You had to get your own snack? That was the third on the priority chart?
Yeah. Well, yeah, you gotta have some
tough.
You gotta have some snacks while you're driving.
Absolutely.
But that's the worst one. You can't take your eyes off the road to get a snack.
Well, I ended up having my bag of Reese's Pieces was right on the middle console, because on her car there's no gear shifter. It's all push button. So there's a big console in the middle, and the bag was open, and I just went.
Best road trip snack. What is it?
Beef jerky.
Best road trip? Oh, beef jerky.
It's either got to be beef jerky or combos for me.
Beef jerky can get tricky, though, because it gets in your teeth, and you're picking at it the rest of the way.
Yeah. What I used to do, and she got disgusted by it, so I can't do it anymore, I used to do sunflower seeds. Used to love it. Mm-hmm. Sunflower seeds, and just, spit the seeds in a bottle, and she's like, that's disgusting. And I'm like, but it kept my mind going, and driving just, was a blur. And it was gross now. So now it's either beef jerky or Reese's Pieces. So,
see, we went cherries when we went down to South Carolina for a wedding. Yeah, we got
cherries,
real cherries. We got an entire bag of cherries. Which, by the way, if you're ever thinking of doing that, is a terrible idea, because cherries is, first off, spitting the seeds out is tough. It's a little bit gross, but we were just married. There's not a whole lot you can do that grosses each other out. But I will say this: it's a natural diuretic. Apparently,
Oh,
so not a good idea to eat an entire bag of cherries if you're on a 12-hour journey down to South Carolina. Just letting you know that.
12 hours turned into a 14-hour trip.
Yeah, it was a fun trip down, one that we will never do again. So
Hey, look, another rest stop.
well, when you hear the blue, you're like, all right, well, we're in trouble. This is going to be a 15-minute one. So it is national. Let's get to the national day at hand. It is National Grilled Cheese Sandwich Day, which, funny enough, guys, we've been doing this for a year now, and we're starting to hit our second breath here in some of these. So National Grilled Cheese Sandwich Day, which makes me ask the question, and I probably asked this last year, what is the best way to put together a grilled... My wife just texted me, speak for yourself. So she says cherries don't bother her. Okay, well, she wins, right? She always does. What's the best way to set up a grilled cheese? My favorite most of the time is just grilled cheese and tomato soup. How about let's go to Billy and Quinn.
Mine's the same. It's pretty simple. Lots of cheese, ooey gooey cheese. I don't care really what kind of bread it's on, just as long as there's bread there, and tomato soup. Call it a day.
Quincy?
I don't do grilled cheese. I hate grilled cheese.
What?
Yeah.
You'd eat roadkill off the side of the road. You're so hungry half the time. You won't eat grilled cheese?
Nope. Don't do it.
I don't know.
That's his theory. He's sticking to it. Like, it was just very matter of fact. Don't do grilled cheese.
Don't do it.
Welcome back, Quinn.
Yeah. Any reason why? Is there something to it? The texture? What?
Just don't like it. I don't know. I think it's probably the texture of it. Just don't do it.
I say it's cheese and bread. Like,
grilled cheese is like the most American sandwich you can have, right?
Some people
Why would I eat grilled cheese when I can eat a peanut butter and jelly?
Some people.
Whoa.
Like,
Because you're not 7.
apples and oranges, my friend.
Either one of them, to be honest with you, though.
Have you ever had a fried peanut butter and jelly?
No.
Ooh.
No.
Do it like a grilled cheese.
No.
You're welcome.
Why would I do grilled cheese? I could just go to like McDonald's. Like, it's right down the road.
I've seen you do McDonald's. You are a weirdo when it comes to McDonald's.
It's
Talk about your stack.
It's efficiency. You get the sandwich, the 2 chicken sandwiches plain. You put the one sandwich on the bottom, load it with fries and sauce, put another patty down, do it again. Stack it up.
But he doesn't like
What?
grilled cheese.
It's all about efficiency.
Homework done.
Or a heart attack.
Maybe.
What?
He's acting like he's got so much to do that he can't take time to just eat a regular chicken sandwich.
So it's a bun, French fries.
No, bun,
Chicken
patty, fries, sauce, patty, fries, sauce, top bun.
So it's like a weird version of a Big Mac.
Yeah,
But it's a chicken sandwich and French fry Big Mac.
pretty much.
It's the weird, like, one of the first days he worked here, he did that. And I looked at him, I was like, what are you doing? It's efficiency.
It is.
That's what his answer was. I
I
was
got
like,
used to it in
Yeah,
college. And I've
eating
used
some
it in
French
college.
fries and a sandwich is so hard. Like that. Just
I got
doesn't-
used to it in college when I would have to eat like within 10 minutes.
I
as
mean, I
walked
guess
the
it's better than
class.
going to Sheets for $25.
Well, why did it take you? Why were you in such a rush for 10 minutes? It was like a prison that you were like trying to eat before you had to go back to like the yard or something.
Basically, I waited to the last minute to go to class, and well, I'm not going to incriminate myself any more today than I already
Yeah.
have.
What were you doing before class?
Well, I was either working in the equipment room for Tim, or I was.
No. But you
coming-
give it to the good stuff, like you said.
coming to-
Incriminate. You're gonna
Yeah.
incriminate yourself. So
You were
what?
My
sleeping?
mother watched this show. If I'd say I skipped class all the time, then she'd yell at me.
you graduated, man. You're good.
Yeah.
Exactly, I did.
I
Exactly.
thought you were gonna say something fun, like just skipping class. I mean, whatever.
See,
We all
Everybody
did
does
that.
Yeah, that's an afterthought. All right, Paul.
Wow.
Yeah. I like wheat bread. Wheat bread's my go-to bread. But yeah, wheat bread with some good old gooey American cheese and tomato soup. I mean, that's just the best way to eat it.
Wheat's
Huh?
your number one?
Oh, hands down, always.
Really?
Yeah, nothing funky, nothing crazy. Just grill it up, throw in some tomato soup, and just you dip it. You got to dip it. I can't.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I dip it there, and that's what causes me to eat more than like 2 sandwiches because you just got to keep dipping it in there till it's all gone, and then because I'm sorry, it's weird. Like tomato soup has such a weird texture. Like this is gonna sound really crazy and like nuts, but like when I'm done and you're drinking the soup, you almost look like you're drinking blood. Like tomato soup, it's just weird. It's thicker. It's not like chicken noodle soup, that broth and stuff. Like tomato soup is a thick texture to it, so it freaks me out. Like, so I got to make sure I
freaks
dip
you
it.
out. You just freaked all of us out, and everybody watching.
I dip all. I that's why I'll eat like 4 sandwiches because I keep dipping the sandwich to get all the soup, and so I don't have to drink the soup because I don't like wasting food. So
I just got a text from again. My wife is chiming in on the show, and she said our bread is a white. So we do I like white bread. Wheat bread, most times, I don't know. It's because it never tastes the same from brand to brand. You know what I mean? There's always something different in it. Like some people use honey in their wheat and stuff like that. So,
yeah, I get the Schwabel's wheat.
Youngstown born, Youngstown bred.
Yep.
Paul, you're crazy, says Jeff Bezos.
Yeah.
This coming from the guy that doesn't wear shoes when he golfs.
Yeah. And I'm sorry, I love Jeff, but man, I met him yesterday, and again, the colored shirts bother the shit out of me. Like it was all the way up to his neck, and I'm like, I just wanted to go like this real quick and like unbutton it. I talked to him for like a half hour yesterday. We were just hanging out, and I'm like, I just couldn't help but stare at it. I mean, like, plus his shirt was green, and his pants were a totally different color. Like, his color scheme did not go well together yesterday, but I stared at the button. The button, it was like, it'd be like this. Like,
He always does that.
He probably dressed himself yesterday for his time this week.
Paul, that actually doesn't look bad on you.
But see, anything that rubs around your neck, like that's why I can't wear ties.
I can't do it because I don't have a neck. So there we have that. Jim Bartell saying the thin slice of onion or hot peppers on grilled cheese is pretty good. That's like an Italian thing. They put peppers on everything. Like everything. How about you, Matt? What do you got?
Yeah, so I'm with you guys for the most part with the tomato soup, with the grilled cheese, but my go-to for grilled cheese, especially now that it's in Canton, is Melt.
That's awesome.
I gotta go to Melt.
I didn't know they were in Canton now.
Yeah, over at Belton Village there.
I think we've talked about this before, and I still didn't believe it. We'll have to hit that up. We'll probably do that as a team.
Those macaroni cheese bites are awesome.
Phenomenal.
I'm telling you, they have a peanut butter and jelly sandwich that they deep fry.
They do.
And it is the bomb. It is amazing.
I think they still do the thing, too, where if you get their little logo tattooed on your body, you get 15% off for life.
Yeah, that's almost worth it.
Yeah.
It's not like a car. It's a sandwich. Like if you need 15% off, just like wait for a holiday or something.
Now, if it was like one free sandwich for life,
That's what it is. Oh, wait. No, 15% off your entire bill, or what is it?
Yeah, 15% off of your entire bill is what it used to be at the Cleveland location, at least.
No. For a free sandwich, maybe.
My mom says anything at Melt is great, and then then Mike said,
"Go off topic here. Since we're the first time ever live on Twitch, what's our Twitch account?
YSN Live _com. So great segue. We are now on Twitch. So excited for that. Found out we could do Twitch last night. We've had an account for a long time because we actually, when we started the company, thought Twitch might be the way to go in broadcasting some of our games. And so if you're on Twitch, give us a follow. More importantly, if you're on Facebook, Twitter, or YouTube, like, comment, subscribe to our channel on YouTube because we're looking to do some special things, some exclusive content with us, with our guys, and some some unseen footage that you get from us in the field. So it's pretty exciting. Paige saying, "I will never go to the Melt ever again."
I need to hear the story behind this from Paige.
Yeah,
so
there's got to be something there.
I might be putting in a phone call after the show.
Yeah, this is interesting. Everybody's a Melt fan.
It's terrible. It's terrible.
What's Melt? What's terrible, Melt?
Everything's over greasy and super fried. It's not good.
We're going to fight again today, Mac.
Just call it
Throw you in the mud.
Call it like it is, man. Spade's a spade.
The one in Independence, he says he's not going back to. I think that's the one I always go to.
That's the main one. That's the first
Is it
one.
like a village or something? Like something village?
Well, there's Valley View.
Maybe that's it.
It's
I
Valley
don't-
View Independence. It's right up there by the Cavs headquarters.
That's got to be it. That's got to be it.
There's a couple of them. And the one that we went to, because we went to a concert at Blossom, and so we stayed at a hotel, and it was right next to the Melt, and then we drove up to Blossom, which wasn't that far away to go to the concert.
Awesome Blossom.
Yeah, that's the one over by Steele's Corners.
Yeah, it was a full independent restaurant all by itself, and then we've been to one that was in a little plaza once before too.
Has anybody been to this Top Golf?
I have.
Yeah,
Is it the real deal or what?
Yes.
It's awesome. I put one over the freeway.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
I need video.
Kate was there.
Yeah.
Then
Confirmed.
don't they ban you if you do that?
No.
Because of the balls have like geolocators in them.
Depends on which way you hit it over the thing. If you hit it straight ahead over the wall, then they don't care. But if you do it sideways,
I don't want to be hitting it towards the parking lot.
Are you talking about you hit a massive duck hook and put it over the?
Yeah, Paige. I mean, again, like next time you're on, you can come play me in 2K and lose again. But again, your credibility is zero.
I
Now,
don't know.
now this clown Michael Page has been talking trash about Clowney for weeks, and all of a sudden I wake up today. I hope we get. This is a great day for the Browns to get Clowney. I'm like, you get out of here, Paige. Just get out of here.
You know who else does
I
that?
want him for the right money. Like, yeah, we want him for like 6 cents on the dollar. Like, get out of here.
Yeah, you get $35.74 and a gas card for Davion Clowney. Okay.
Come on.
Because Cleveland's a destination, right?
Right. Get out of
It
here.
is.
It is not a destination. I was there. I was just there last weekend. No shot it went over the net.
Kate would never lie.
It's a destination now. It has Top Golf.
Kate would never.
So does everywhere else.
Pittsburgh's is like 45 minutes outside of the city.
So?
It's in Cranberry.
Yeah.
there's one by IKEA too. Whatever that place is. What is that? Robinson?
Whatever he said.
That's where it is.
what, a Top Golf?
Yeah.
I know that because there's a Carvana there, and that's where I had to go to get my.
So they're
Yeah,
Pittsburgh must have two then.
Seen for the cars.
Yeah, right across the street.
No, Pittsburgh only has one.
No, yeah, it's the one that's just above Washington.
Yeah, Robinson or something like that.
It's not
Yeah.
Robinson, because it's after you go around the city like you're going towards West Virginia. It's over there.
Who the hell's
I don't
going to
know.
West
There's a
Virginia?
Carvana right next to it. That's all I know.
There is a Carvana right there, yeah.
That's all I know.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's just outside of Robinson.
Yeah, it's by IKEA.
By the way, all of these places not sponsors yet.
Listen to the sales guy. I love it. By the way, Matt, congratulations and welcome officially.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm
Yeah,
excited.
Coach.
Very excited.
I'm not saying it twice. I did it last week.
Yes, you did.
Officially, as we look on to today's schedule, we already said that there's rainouts galore on it. We had some significant games covered here today, and all I'm seeing is red, green, red, green. So let's talk about the games that were going to happen and didn't. LeBray versus Newton Falls, that was canceled. EP versus Lisbon, canceled. Camel versus Liberty, canceled. Springfield versus McDonald, canceled. Poland versus South Range, canceled. Jackson Milton versus Sebring, canceled. Columbiana versus Southern, canceled. Ursuline versus Salem at Sean, canceled. LeBray, Newton Falls, baseball, canceled. EP Lisbon, just like the girls, canceled. Poland, South Range, boys, canceled. That's why Paul is here. Jackson Milton, Sebring, canceled. Louisville, Jackson, that was the game I was going to go to, canceled. And here's the twist. A turf field. So a turf field on the infield, and then the grass in the outfield, which I get, but Matt, I'm still baffled with the why. You know what I mean? Like I don't get it. Like I love Louisville's field,
Yeah.
but it looks exactly the same as the turf. It's colored exactly the same, cut to the exact same height. I don't understand, because then you're in a 50-50 position. Like Fitch is still able to play tonight, hopefully, fingers crossed, as long as it's not raining all the way through up till 7 o'clock. But, like, you don't save anything other than maybe a few bucks if you just split the turf and the grass, right?
Yeah, so, I'm over here in the Alliance Louisville area. basically about 15 miles away from where Louisville plays. And it's not been terrible here either. I could see if there was like standing water in the outfield or something like that, but it's really not been bad here at all.
More games. We had Louisville versus Waterloo. We were going to get our first look at the Vikings tonight. That game has been canceled. That was on scene 2. And Columbiana versus Southern. That is canceled. So all we have left is Fitch Howland and Fitch Howland, right? Fitch Howland. Yep. So it'll be the YFN network. So Billy and Quinn excited to go do some Fitch softball. I'm excited to see Fitch baseball for the first time this year. Was trying to get up there and see the Falcons against the Cardinals, and just didn't work out. We were trying to get a lot of teams covered. This weekend, I mean, just up to this point, we've seen some impressive spring sports. I mean, you got Krista Perry at Crestview just busting records down and making new PRs like it's her job. Is this one of the most, I don't want to say incredible seasons of spring sports, or is it just the fact that we didn't have it last year that everything's just that much more like we're into it?
I think I don't remember it being like this before. I know we're all excited to have, baseball and softball and track and everything back, but I mean, to see the no hitters, the perfect games, like all these different things that are happening so soon, like it's crazy. I mean, we were down south. I mean, we had a kid throw a no hitter on the last day. The softball team had a perfect game while we were down there. Like I'm just like in the games that are back here.
Two perfect games by one pitcher.
Yeah.
In a week.
I mean, and then no hitters left and right from the baseball teams as well. And I'm just like, I don't remember it being like that, like things just flying out that fast within the first. I mean, you're a third of the way through basically right now. You're a third of the way through the softball season. So like to have that much stuff happen so fast. I mean, and I don't know if you want to attribute it to like that you didn't play last year. So maybe you're I don't want to say out of practice, but maybe the teams aren't as good, or maybe that like, hey, you are that good and that everything is just, you're busting your butt.
I'm going to bust this up because I'm going to break it down.
There we go.
Here we go.
The Billy breakdown.
Hang on.
Get that one up.
Yeah. Hang on.
Thank you.
See, now she's lying.
Oh.
You just said Kate Kelly doesn't lie. We'll put it on the tape.
I lied because she lied. It completely went over.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Anyway, how this is going out while we're seeing dominant pitching is this is a product of a lot of these schools did things in the summer, okay? And a lot of these girls, especially the girls, played travel ball and play at a high level. There's a ton of talent that is anticipating their girls to play at the next level or whatever level the next they want to be at. And they played a lot of games. The girls played a lot of games over the summer and into the fall. Okay, the other teams did not. They did not option to do that. They didn't play summer ball. Their girls don't play travel ball. So that's where we're seeing the combination of talented teams that even though everybody didn't play, they went out and got experienced and are balling hard right from the get-go. The other teams are still playing catch-up. So the crossover between certain schools, it's kind of coming together, and it's boom. It's just a match made in heaven. And Kate, we could just go ahead.
Don't add her.
I
Quinn,
don't have the text.
Quinn,
What?
do it.
What?
Do the thing.
Do what thing?
Get her off there.
So that was a ringing endorsement for Billy Mack. I didn't put that up. My hands are here. So let me ask you this, Billy. I mean, you say that some of these teams did and some of them didn't. Mm-hmm. Shouldn't there be a mix? Do you think all these teams, like it was all or nothing?
No, I mean, I really when we went around the valley, there is a lot of young teams. It's almost like a 50-50 split of veteran teams and players who are playing travel ball last summer, and then teams that are super young that never played. You got to remember, I know you do, but these high school kids coming in, freshmen and sophomores, they're used to playing their age division, right? So now when you get to high school, it's the first time ever, for the most part, 95% of these players that they're 14 or 15 years old, playing against 18-year-old men or women. So that's the biggest jump in any sport. okay, outside of maybe college, where that's the first time ever you're going to play 3 to 4 years older than you. And it's an adjustment. You're seeing girls out here throwing 62, 65 miles an hour, and they're used to seeing 46 from a shorter distance. So there's going to be some overlap there where pitchers, veteran pitchers, are going to dominate teams that don't have upperclassmen.
And I can see that because you look at, like, everybody lost a year. So really the kids that are sophomores they're like redshirt freshmen because they never got to see any high school play last year. And now your freshmen are true freshmen. So, and your juniors are basically sophomores and so on. So those kids who didn't get to see a lot of that stuff as freshmen where they normally would have seen that unless they did travel ball or did something. Now you've got 2 grades of kids that are like fresh. They're green. Like they've never seen either varsity or even some JV stuff before. So I can see that point, Billy.
Matt, how about you? When you look at a situation like this, if you were to lose, and heaven forbid you lose a football season, how would you kind of bring traction to the kids that, you were the youngsters, you were trying to bring up to speed so you didn't miss anything like these kids did last spring?
Yeah, I think what you're really starting to see, and I agree with Billy on it, and, I think it's that you can really tell the kids that put in work when they had the season off, as opposed to the kids that, maybe didn't have the opportunities or didn't take the opportunity to do so. For us in football, it's all about, getting in the weight room. And, now as we're rolling into 7-on-7 season, those are the big things for us. But you can definitely tell the kids that played travel ball. And we've been really fortunate to see some really good baseball and softball so far. And, I think that we've got a chance to see it continue through the rest of the season here.
So when you think about it, Quinn, from your standpoint, your kids go all year round with AAU, the majority of them. It's tough because we've had this conversation before, travel ball versus high school ball, and where do you kind of put the importance and put the weight? Is there a nervousness to parents whenever it comes to situations of putting too much weight on travel ball and not enough on high school?
Billy the boom mic holder over there.
Damn blue coat of his.
Blue jacket.
I don't think there is, because around all the parents that I'm around with all the travel stuff that we do and stuff like that, and all the kids that play from Lisbon, all those parents kind of understand it. Like they understand that that's just basically more practice because you can't simulate those game reps like you can in practice and all that stuff. I can't stop staring at you when you do that stuff.
Who was that? Their Bob Dole impression?
Yeah.
Well, Bill Clinton.
That's unreal. I lost my train of thought.
I did not have sexual relations with that woman. Do it, Billy. I did not.
I did not. Never mind.
We're gonna hop off and pay some bills here. When we come back, we'll talk more about local sports in the area, as well as our G Perfect Farms. What's your beef? What's your fillet? I'm sure there's a lot to talk about. You probably guess mine's gonna be rain. Like this is bad. You can hear him in my mic. It's going to be an interesting one, so make sure you stick around. Today's YSN Power Hour brought to you by great sponsors like these. Be right back.
Hello, I'm Greg Burbick with G. Burbick Farms. For the last 100 years, my family has farmed in Columbiana and Mahoning counties. I began raising cattle in 1996 with the goal of providing a better product for you and your family on the dinner table. Our grass-fed and grain-supplemented Black Angus beef are raised with no hormones, steroids, or antibiotics. We're known for our hometown-friendly service and incredible tasting products. We're locally owned and have customers across the tri-state area. Our products go from our farm to your family. Stop by our farm on New Buffalo Road or visit us on the web at gburbickfarms.com. Don't forget to like us on Facebook. G. Burbick Farms, it just tastes better.
Hi, this is Tommy Clem, owner of WRS Insurance Solutions.
WRS Insurance Solutions is a local independent agency that specializes in life, Medicare, long-term care, and disability products. Call us at 330-953-3722 or visit us at wrsinsurancesolutions.com to learn more.
Good luck to all the student athletes in the Valley.
Right now is a great time to get more for your trade-in at Tri-State Ford and drive home in a new or pre-owned vehicle. Choose from our great selection of new Ford models or pre-owned vehicles. Plus, get the Tri-State Ford Advantage, including a 10-year, 200,000-mile warranty and more. At Tri-State Ford, we'll pay you top dollar for your trade, but you don't have to purchase one of ours to sell us yours.
Customer focus, community driven. Tri-State Ford East Liverpool or visit tristateford.net.
And welcome back to the YSN Power Hour. DJ Yoakley with you, Quinn and Mac Solo. And Mac, my goodness, you are hopped up today, my dude.
I am just too sweet.
Paul Munson as well with us, and of course the coach Matt Seidel. Guys, earlier in the show we talked about this. We just kind of glazed over it, but you look at the situation that happened over the course of the last week. Bree Callow of McDonald, one of the best pitchers in the area, and I would say it's not even close at this point. When you have a resume that says in the course of a week you have 2 perfect games, and like you think about a perfect game and how special that is, and then when you follow a perfect game up with a perfect game, how unique is that? How rare is that? And special is that to a career of a young man or young lady in this respective sport of baseball and softball? Billy, we'll start with you.
Well, I got a chance to call her game last week, and she had 2 perfect games, and then followed up by a complete game shutout, only giving up 2 hits and had 15 strikeouts and a 2-0 win over Columbiana, a team that is hot. They were 7-0 coming into that game, and they ran into a buzzsaw in Bree Callow. And she does something that most of these girls will never know how to do, and that's movement. And so she throws her scoop ball. It looks so similar to like Kluber for the boys, that 2-seamer coming across the plate. Her movement's from 6 to 8 inches. Every pitch she wants to throw, she can throw it up. She doesn't really love the rise ball. And we interviewed, and she said some of that, or excuse me, her changeup. She likes her rise ball, so she'll go north, go east, west, and sometimes south. And when she's just ahead, and you talk about as a pitching coach, the best and most important pitch is strike one, and she's getting strike one every single attack. And it's not a place that you really want to attack because she's hitting corners, Greg Maddox style. And she's a great pitcher. She's got a great head on her shoulders. And what's the most impressive about all that is she never gets excited. She's never too high, too low. Nothing phases her. A girl makes an error in the field, it doesn't even bother her. It's just next pitch.
So here's a question for you. What is the comparison? Amo chiming in saying he's late, but he's live from Disney repping YSN. I can't see a picture, but we got to see a picture, Amo. We got to see a picture of you repping YSN at Disney, because that will make our social media guaranteed. And even better if you have one with Mickey Mouse.
That I was going to say, I want to see Mickey Mouse ears with YSN across them.
I'm not sure if that's a copyright infringement.
Yeah, might be some trademark problems there.
Hey, he doesn't work for the company. If he does,
true.
Work for
This is true. I'd be even. Oh, it's bad because like we play the game at home because I have the 4-year-olds. Who's your favorite Disney princess? And Daddy always says Jasmine.
Little Mermaid.
Oh, she doesn't have legs.
She can't run away.
All right.
That's a Beethoven's line.
She say she can't run away? Yeah. Oh, my gosh. Hi, Paul. Welcome to How to Catch a Predator. Have a seat.
Yeah.
Have a seat.
My door's
right
going to open up like, hey.
It's going to be like the scene from Wolf of Wall Street where they just ambush South Range High School. We're looking for Munson.
Yeah.
And while you're here, we need Farron.
Yeah.
Paul, what's the comparison? What's the best thing to compare a perfect game to in softball or baseball and any other sport?
Man,
is there one?
I mean, not really, because I mean, it's not individual because you have your teammates behind you, but almost it kind of is individual because you're in control of every single pitch. So, I mean,
well, the catchers have a
I'm
little
trying to
bit
think
of
of sports like where you're like individual. I mean, like tennis and like golf and stuff. But I mean, there's really nothing like a perfect game, like a shutout in football or something. It is
hockey,
again, a team thing. I mean, yeah, maybe a goalie having a shutout because he's there and it's the goalie. But I mean, again, I think a perfect game in baseball or softball is so unique.
300 in bowling.
Yeah, I mean that would be something to be comparable to because you're doing it the entire time and you can control that a little bit. But I mean, still for a perfect game, you got to hope a grounder is fielded right by one of your fielders or pop-ups caught or a line drive. I mean, so you still got to rely a little bit. But if you throw the wrong pitch and they put it in the seats, then that was all on you.
So here's another point of contention we've had during the last week, and we've discussed this. But is there a difference between a perfect game and whatever the hell an ultimate perfect game is?
No.
Hell no.
I don't know. I mean, and listen, and I know who's talking about it, and it's garbage. Like the perfect game. No, a perfect game is a perfect game. There is no like in his definition of perfect game. Does that mean that every batter saw three
ultimate
strikes?
Perfect game? It's a pizza.
Okay, you have the ultimate perfect game. It would. To me, that definition is ridiculous because it's like then that would mean that every batter only saw 3 pitches. They were all strikes, and that's it. So
he says the ultimate perfect game is all strikeouts. You can throw balls. You just can't.
That did happen over the weekend.
Yeah, I did see that. A girl threw.
But does that take?
Texas
I mean,
somewhere.
Is there any royalty to that over a perfect game though?
Nope.
No, I just think it's maybe
It's neat.
slightly neater. Is that even a word? It's just a cooler thing to talk about, I guess.
We'll ask Jeff about that word.
But it's
I
still
wouldn't say it's cool. It's just a perfect game. It's just that's what it is.
Yeah.
And for anybody to come out here and to recreate something off the top of his head is making an ass out of somebody who maybe threw a perfect game. I mean, listen, I've watched minor league baseball my whole life. Okay, so there's that. So I create a new term. Get the hell out of here.
I just I don't care if I'm a pitcher in reality, and he kind of alluded to it, and we're obviously talking about Ron, but he kind of alluded to it today where it doesn't matter if you pitch to contact the entire game and you so what the hell is an ultimate perfect game? Like to me, strikeouts are exciting because I was always on the catching side of it, the receiving side of it without holding the bat, if that makes sense. But I was also the one calling the pitches. So it was that perfect game or that no-hitter was mine too. But the reality is if I'm a pitcher, if I throw a perfect game and there's contact 27 outs of the game and nobody gets on base, don't care. Like I'm thankful for my teammates. Unlike Jacob deGrom is going to be at the end of his Hall of Fame career. Like I saw a meme that said Jacob deGrom is going to have the shortest speech of any Hall of Famer because there's nobody to thank. Yeah. The dude, his teammates hate him or something. I mean, it's crazy. But go ahead.
Here's a twist, and this only happens in high school, obviously. But is a 5-inning no-hitter / perfect
yes,
game.
Sir. Yes, sir.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, because it's not the pitcher's fault that the offense backed him.
I was going to say, is that any less diminished than a 7-inning game?
No, you're helping out your teammate.
Yeah.
Just imagine being a coach, right? So imagine being a coach, your kid, boy, girl, what doesn't matter, goes up there in 5 innings, and it is a different rule, right? So we go up there and we say, hey, you pitched a no-hitter, perfect game, but it doesn't count because, well, we only played 5. So the other team wasn't very good.
Nope, don't care.
Would never do that to a kid. Not
Don't
one
care.
of them here would ever.
Didn't Jake have that a couple years ago?
Yeah.
Was it perfecto or was it a no-hitter?
Oh, man, I'd have to look at it. It was one of the two for sure. But it was only a 5-inning game, and and somebody tried to poo-poo on it and say,
I remember that.
Well, it was only 5 innings, and it was like, dude, we beat the crap out of that team. Like it wasn't our fault
I would
that
throw
our
a
guys hit.
baseball at that person's window.
I mean, that'd be like
I would if somebody ever told me that and I was a player, and they're like, "Oh, it doesn't count because you only threw." I would grab that baseball. Oh, is that your car over there?
I didn't give up a walk, but you can walk home.
Like
right.
what was it? The Friday night football MT. What was the football movie with Billy Bob? Billy Bob.
Friday Night Lights.
Varsity Blues.
Varsity Blues. Where we went to spike the ball. He grabbed it and threw it at the horse on the guy on the horse.
Oh, you're talking about Billy Bob, the actual character in the story, not Billy Bob Thornton.
Billy Bob.
No. That's what I would do to somebody's car if they ever told me. Well, that doesn't count because you only.
That'd be like telling a football team that their shutout doesn't count because the game went to the weird over 30 rule.
But what is the football
clock.
comparative to or comparison to a perfect game, Coach? Like what do you give stickers for?
Yeah, I really don't think that there is a direct comparison to a perfect game or a no-hitter. The only thing that I can come up with is 2 years ago, we had a game where we won 35-0 and held the other team to negative 16 yards of offense. So, like to hold a team without a single yard, actually hold them less than yards on offense, that was a pretty cool feat. But
what about if your quarterback goes 12 for 12, 200 yards, 4 touchdowns? Like, is that comparable?
It's probably close, but it's not on the same level to me still as a no-hitter or a perfect game. Those are just kind of special circumstances that happen within the game of baseball that aren't directly comparable to other team sports.
Speaking of no-hitters, Billy, go ahead.
You got it, my man. You got it.
No, I don't got it. You got it.
You got it.
Like, Billy's like, I don't think anybody would get this reference, but Billy's like Lemmy from Motorhead over there because he's speaking up to the microphone.
Over the weekend, the San Diego Padres, my Padres, threw a no-no, the first in history, mind you. The very first in history.
Last team to do it, too.
Can I tell you how pissed I was until I realized that it was the first in history? Because everywhere on the internet was Musgrove throws the first Padres no-hitter. And I'm like, all right, I'm tired of these pompous-ass San Diego fans because it sounds like first of many for the Padres this year. If you read it that way, and I'm like, wait.
You're just reading into it too much.
I read it the way it was supposed to be read. Like, first ever. It never said in history. It just said first Padres no-hitter. And I was like, how many are we going to give? Like, how many bandwagon jumpers outside of Page and Mac are there on the Padres bandwagon right now? That's what I want to know.
A lot. Axel's going to break.
That's it. Page and Mac. There's not enough room on that bandwagon.
Oh, I'm driving the bus, so you got to write out an application at this point now.
I'll give you credit. You hopped on last year.
True that.
So you were like, I mean, they were still making moves last year, but before they spent another $1 billion on a team and the 80 wins that they're going to have this year, you jumped on. So I'll give you credit.
Mac's ego takes up all the room on that bandwagon.
I don't. It doesn't hurt my feelings.
But after you started looking at it, it was a cool story that the guy was from San Diego, and then
it was real cool because he used to play for the Pirates and he couldn't do it over there.
And they were the last team to have a no-hitter. That's what I was surprised with.
Good things. Appreciate you.
That they're the very last team in Major League Baseball to finally get a no-hitter.
Because they were that good for that long.
and
poor Tony Gwynn.
Baseball, it is got to be so hard to throw a perfect game and no-hitter. I mean, it's got to be one of the most challenging things of all time.
In sports?
In sports, in professional.
I would disagree.
It has to be up there. I'm not saying it is the number one, but it's got to be up there difficult-wise.
All right, now I'm interested. What's harder?
I think especially now that they look at pitch counts, with the pitch counts, like they're looking like, oh, well, do we pull this guy? Because they're not letting guys go like over 85 pitches anymore now, which is just insane.
I was going to show you a hand signal, but let's
I agree. I agree. Those guys are making millions of dollars, and they're like, 85 pitches, get them out now. And I'm like,
if I'm paying you, however, what's he, $40 million a year, some of these pitchers, if I'm paying you $40 million a year, your arm's going to fall off if I say it's going to fall off. Sorry.
I think this
But
vending.
you know, the bad thing is they've got guys who are like
It just
those middle
makes them
relievers
loud
that
noise.
they're paying a bunch of money to as well. So they got to get them at the game at some time too, and then a closer. But yeah, Billy, what's the hardest thing in sports then?
What would be the hardest thing in sports?
Or DJ had that too. What it's not a perfect game or a no hitter
thing to do.
Hang on. Say that one more time. You keep getting talked over.
A hole in one has got to be the hardest thing to do. That's got to be the hardest thing. I would be okay putting that over a no hitter.
It can't be that hard. I've got one.
Putt doesn't count, Matt.
No, I'm not putt.
If you didn't get it on tape, it doesn't count.
Yeah, you wouldn't even be on prospect.
I was 16.
It doesn't count then.
Well, you were underage.
Because you only played a fucking game.
I couldn't buy the beers in the clubhouse.
Hole in one's got to be up there. I think. I also think that a perfect 10 in any judgment sport, you know what I mean, other than the slam dunk contest, in an Olympic sport, it's got to be tough too. Because those are very, very few. Perfect score is very, very few and far between. And they're based on somebody else. So when you're always based on somebody else, it's always difficult.
Yeah, they could say your elbow was just slightly over this, or you're
hitting for the cycle.
That's a good one.
That's a tough one too. I would put that just below the no hitter though.
What about? I mean, I don't know enough to even have it hold water. But what about a hat trick in soccer? Do they even call it a hat trick?
Yeah, 3 goals.
Yeah,
that happens a lot more than you think.
It does.
Yeah.
Ronaldo, Messi, those guys.
I know it happens in hockey, but like soccer,
I would venture to say it happens more in soccer than hockey.
Yeah,
shut your mouth.
I feel like I could go out there and do that.
Get back off the show.
So.
No, I'm just like Cristiano Ronaldo probably has one every other week.
Really?
It's fairly regular.
It's
there it is.
It legitimately, like him or Messi, those guys probably do it almost.
All right.
At least,
I've had enough of these shenanigans.
Yeah, I mean, I can.
I mean, there was a time
I can
Ronaldo
punch a
had
ball in a goal.
150 goals or something like that in one of those seasons.
I've been to one soccer match ever, and I saw it happen there at the Crew game.
Are you just like you got a hole in one? You went to one soccer match and saw like.
No. I mean, I happened to be there, and it happened to happen. I don't even know who the guy is, and the Crew was playing somebody terrible.
Yeah, like there's some terrible teams out there that just give up goals upon goals.
I've never seen a perfect game.
So, Cristiano Ronaldo has 57 hat tricks in his career.
There you go.
That's a whole bunch.
I don't even know how many games they play, to be honest with you.
And I mean, he plays on one of the top Premier League teams or European teams or whatever league they're in.
Yeah, play on the shitty team. Play on the orange team.
They get shut out every week.
Yeah, play on the orange team like I did, Cristiano.
I mean, if you think about it, though, he's putting up these ridiculous numbers with those actual good teams. If he was on a god-awful team, it'd explode.
Yeah, it'd be like Kyrie Irving playing on the Cavs
He'd be the
before
only one to do
LeBron.
anything.
Paul, or no, sorry, Paul. Almost blamed you again.
It's like a natural read.
Quit. Damn it, Paul.
Paul's like,
he's in Myrtle. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So
Damn it, Jeff.
Yeah, Jeff hasn't been around. I would say you have more opportunity to score when you're on the better team.
But in soccer, I mean, I could be wrong about this, but isn't in soccer there's like really like 2 guys that are going to score for your team?
Yeah.
Everybody else is playing other roles.
What are they called? Attackers, forwards.
it's
Something
really
like that?
your front 4 players.
Front mids. Yeah.
I mean, similar to hockey, like there's only really a couple guys that are going to have an opportunity to score.
Hockey's changed now. Hockey,
Yeah.
the defensemen score a lot.
All the guys are down there now.
Even the goalie.
You weren't around, DJ, for the day we decided that we all agreed on the show that anything that I say opinionated wise is a fact.
Nobody agreed to that.
We
You were
voted.
the only person that agreed to that.
Coach
The
Seidel,
biggest liar in the world.
Coach Seidel, come on, don't do the Michael Page, Michael Jackson walk back now. Like you were there, you voted for
The
it.
moonwalk?
I was there. I did not agree.
Yeah.
We go to the tape. Hey, producer, go to the tape.
He's working on reliable sources right now.
Yeah.
All right. I mean, it's interesting because I always thought, I mean, Brie Callow is lighting the world up right now, and there's nobody happier than John Carroll because they're sitting there like, can we get her like an extra year of Ellie right now? Can we bring her in? So kudos to her because and Anthony, by the way, did a fantastic interview with her in a player profile on ysnlive.com right now. And Mac, you guys did a nice interview with her as well. So thank you and kudos to you. Brie Callow getting all kinds of love here on YSN and deservedly so. So congratulations to her.
Don't forget, you'll be able to see her locally 8 more times at least when she gets to college. Or at least I will, because they come to Alliance for doubleheader once a year.
There you go. And I was sitting there like, wait, what? Did you sign somebody for us? All right.
The field's just across the street here.
Oh, there you go. Well, hopefully at some point we'll be adding more colleges. We already have 2 that are interested, so that'll be hopefully in the next year or so we'll be able to add more. What was I going to say? Oh, so here's another quick question for you guys. While we have a second before the. Nope, we don't have a second, so never mind. I'll take that back. We'll save it for tomorrow. Let's go to our G. Berbick Farms. What's your beef? What's your filet? Brought to you by G. Berbick Farms. Visit them on the web at gberbickfarms.com. Their family's farm, your family's freezer. And if you want to visit them, go to New Buffalo Road in Columbiana and tell them YSN sent you. Let's start with Coach Matt.
Yeah, beef today is with people who don't understand the meaning of words. I've got a real problem with people that either just make words up, which I may have done today on the show. But, I mean, if you're going to say something, understand what it is exactly that you're saying before you start talking about it.
Are you just beefing Jeff right now? Like what?
Yeah. No.
Poor Jeff.
No.
It's like, damn, what did Jeff do?
Nope, Jeff is not my beef. Jeff is always a filet.
All right. Paul, let's go.
I got a flag. Our trip down south was great. Some great weather. Games were good. Teams did well. All 4 teams, battled and played some good games. So it was good to go down there and have some fun. So, and it's glad to be back home, but at the same time, it's partly a beef there too because this weather sucks.
That was what we were going to talk about. I was going to ask you how the trip went, so I'm glad that we didn't, and you just were able to allude to it. So
yeah, it was good.
To you, Paul.
We threw a no-hitter down there too.
You did?
The boys did, yeah.
Yes.
Who threw it?
Luke Blasco of all people. Luke
the
Blasco.
Crushing Russian.
Yeah, the Crushing Russian threw a no-hitter against Madison. It's a team out of Cincinnati, a D3 school.
I'm going to have to discuss this with our content director because I don't remember seeing or hearing about it.
Yeah, I think we won. I think it was 11-0 in that second game. And, he threw a no-no in 5 innings.
Does that mean there's 2 Madisons in Ohio then? Because there's one out by Cleveland, too.
Yeah, this was a team down near Dayton, Cincinnati area. Oh. They were okay. They were coach was real nice. The coach is real nice. I'll put it that way. Their team was okay. to be PC.
Let's go to the G. Berwick Farm Studios where we have Skippy Pushkar.
I'll give my filet to you, DJ. You got me today. You got me good. I'm back here. So.
What did I get you on?
All right, that's good. The show today. Yeah.
All right, Mac, you're up.
Just well played.
All right, so I got a pretty neat one. It's a fillet. It's gonna stay within the valley. Our very own Youngstown State Penguin was named top 30 of pitchers in Division I by D1Pitcher.com. He is now the career strikeout holder at 266 and starting games, Colin Floyd. So big shout out to Colin Floyd, and we hope he does well coming up. And I believe, I could be wrong, but I believe he'll be playing for the Scrappers this year as well in the summer.
The Barber, Colin Floyd the Barber. Yeah, congratulations, Colin. He just continues to add to that resume that, nobody wants to see him. And he's been pitching, the second or third game, respectively, each series. So It's a fun bunch of guys to watch in YSU. They split the series with Milwaukee this past weekend, but they're a great group to watch. So congratulations to Cullen, congratulations to Coach Davis, the pitching coach over there, and of course Coach Bertolini. Mine's gonna be it's gonna be a little bit of a beef, but more of a fillet. So I know that there's a lot of people that don't really respect spring football, and it's not my favorite thing either. But all these people that are jumping off the YSU bandwagon and not giving Coach Phillips any respect or due for what he's already starting to build at YSU, this team's showing flashes. And you got to understand, this team, you can't look at the record right now. You just can't, because they don't have all their tools in the toolbox. And, they're playing shorthanded, and I'm not trying to make excuses for them, but let's be real. Like, spring football is spring football, and it's not like they're not going out there to win. But just because a team has a losing record doesn't mean that you sit there and you bash a coach or bash the players or anything like that. Just let it go. Let's see what happens in the fall. Enjoy football, because everybody bitched about it whenever it wasn't here in the fall, and now you have it in the spring, and it's, it is what it is, right? So just take a breath, take a beat, and enjoy what you have. It's YSU football, and if you're a diehard YSU football fan like me, it doesn't matter whether, it sucks that when they lose, they don't come out on top, but at the end of the day, I'm not going to trash Coach Phillips. He's doing a fantastic job with what he has. So if you're out there and you're crushing Coach Phillips, you deserve what you get whenever he turns things around, and they're perennial national champions, as I think they will be. So there it is for you. There's your filet and your beef, brought to you by G. Berwick Farms. Visit them on the web at gberwickfarms.com. Final thoughts, gentlemen?
No, that was a good one. In college football, you really have to wait until year 2 or year 3 for a head coach before you can really start to judge them on their body of work, because of the way that the recruiting cycle works and being able to get your guys in. So I think you're dead on, and Coach Phillips is going to get the ship righted there.
Love it.
A big shout out to Easy E. Eric Bischoff getting into the Hall of Fame, baby. Too sweet.
And the entire NWO, by the way. So there you have it. Our WrestleMania update, which I thought it stunk. I thought it was bad. There was a couple matches, but other than that, it was bad. So there's your WrestleMania update on YSN. Join us tomorrow on the YSN Power Hour. I think I will be out of pocket, so Quinn will be running the ship here from either HQ or parts unknown. So join tomorrow, 3 to 4, right here on the network. Until then, we'll see you next time. See you later.